Rabies diseases, presented by Karen Mariano and Alan Grace Mendoza. Introduction. Rabies. Rabies is a zoonotic disease and human infection caused by lysovirus, usually occurring after a transdermal bite or scratch by an infected animal. Transmission may also occur when infectious material, usually the saliva, comes into direct contact with the victim's mucosa or fresh skin lesions. Very rarely, rabies may occur through inhalation of virus-containing aerosol or via infected organ transplants. It is a highly fatal disease characterized by fluctuations in consciousness, pubic or inspiratory spasm, and autonomic stability. Symptoms. Rabies progresses at 5 distinct stages. First, incubation. This is the time before symptoms appear. It usually lasts from 3 to 12 weeks. But it can take as little as 5 days or more than 2 years. The closer the bites to the brain, the sooner the effects are likely to appear. By the time symptoms appear, rabies is usually fatal. Second is prodrome. Early flu-like symptoms include a fever of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit or above, headache, anxiety, feeling generally unwell, sore throat and cough, nausea and vomiting, discomfort may occur. This can last from 2 to 10 days and they worsen over time. Acute neurologic period, hypersalivation on producing a lot of saliva and possibly frothing at the mouth, fear of water or hyperphotophobia due to difficulty swallowing, hallucinations, nightmare and insomnia, priapism or permanent erection in males, photophobia or fear of light, difficulty breathing. Toward the end of this phase, breathing becomes rapid and inconsistent. Coma and death. If the person enters a coma, death will occur during a matter of hours. Unless they are attached to a ventilator, rarely a person may recover at this late stage. Why does rabies cause a fear of water? Rabies used to be known as hydrophobia because it appears a cause of fear of water. Intense spasm in the throat are triggered when trying to swallow. Even the thought of swallowing water can cause spasms. This is where fear comes from. The excess saliva that occurs is probably due to the impact of the virus on the nervous system. Diagnosis. Diagnosis. In humans, testing rabies is diagnosed by testing saliva, blood samples, spinal fluid, and skin samples. Multiple tests may be necessary. The test may rely on detection of proteins on the surface of rabies virus, detection of the genetic material of the virus, or demonstration of an antibody immune response to the virus. How it will affect the community. Rabies is estimated to cause 55,000 deaths every year worldwide, with about 56% of the cases occurring in Asia and 43.6% in Africa, mostly in rural areas. Rabies is present on all continents with the exception of Antarctica. Once symptoms of the disease develop, rabies is nearly always fatal. Rabies is a neglected disease of poor and vulnerable population whose deaths are rarely reported. It occurs mainly in remote rural communities where measures to prevent dogs-to-human transmission have not been implemented. Underreporting of rabies also prevents mobilization of resources from the international community for the elimination of human-dog-mediated rabies. Rabies remains to be a public health problem in the Philippines. It is the most acutely fatal infectious disease responsible for the death of 200 to 250 Filipinos every year. At least one-third of human rabies deaths are among children less than 15 years of age. Two-thirds of human rabies cases are males. Dogs are the source of the vast majority of human rabies deaths. The high cost of anti-rabies vaccines and immunoglobulins, expenditure for the medical consultations, and the loss of income are additional burden to a regular Filipino family confronted with a potential rabies exposure.
How can they participate? Treatment. If a person is bitten or scratched by an animal that may have rabies, or if the animal licks an open wound, the individual should immediately wash any bites and scratches for 15 minutes with soapy water, povidone iodine, or detergent. This might minimize the number of viral particles. Then they must seek medical help at once after exposure, and before symptoms begin, a series of shots can prevent the virus from thriving. This is usually effective. Strategies include a fast-acting dose of rabies immune globulin delivered as soon as possible close to the bite wound. This can prevent the virus from infecting the individual. A series of rabies vaccines will be injected into the arm over the next 2 to 4 weeks. This will train the body to fight the virus whenever it finds it. Several initiatives at the local level were undertaken to minimize death due to rabies, such as the following: the provision of free exposure treatment to high-risk personnel and post-exposure prophylaxis to animal bite victims, provision of free routine immunization or free exposure prophylaxis, mass vaccination of dogs, establishment of a central-based system for registered and vaccinated dogs, impounding, field control, and disposition of unregistered, stray, and unvaccinated dogs, and conduct information and education campaign on the prevention and control of rabies. Health promotion. The following are the significant activities in the conducting the information and education campaign on the prevention and control of rabies. Celebration of Rabies Awareness Month under the Executive Order Number 84. March is Rabies Awareness Month. Celebration of Rabies Day, September 28 has been declared as World Rabies Day. Development of IAC materials. All agencies involved the implementation of the program are encouraged to conceptualize, produce, reproduce, and distribute IAC materials and collaterals. Massive health information campaign using tri-media. Integration of rabies program into the school curriculum. The integration of the program into the curriculum is a collaborative effort. Dog population management. This includes stray dog management through impounding, field control and disposal, surgical and non-surgical sterilization, and habitat control. Central Database System. The Philippine Animal Health Information System was established to provide data on dog registration, vaccination, and reports of canine rabies maintained by the Department of Agriculture. Responsible pet ownership. The program adopts the strategy of promoting responsible pet ownership to prevent spread of rabies. The public is advised to bring their pet dogs for anti-rabies vaccination when they reach 3 months of age and yearly thereafter. Provide proper nutrition, exercise, and shelter to their pet dogs and not to allow their pet dogs to loiter to prevent contact with infected animals. It is usually possible to find out whether the animal has rabies or not. It is safest to assume the worst and begin the course of shots. That's all. Thank you for watching.